Hi, honorable platform. Welcome to Mission and Minister Sylvester. It's a great honor, light, and power of the most anointed spirit that leads to doing the life conditionally and unconditional. I wish to also communicate this very hour and moment into the hands of the Lord as this would have been done on Tuesday, just for a few days and hours, and that was supposed to be on the very 7th, where we have many other things, inaugural systems in the world. That means a Lord who takes his throne or his very great one who made it possible that all this happening in the world is basically the break prophetic and the scrolls that you've never witnessed. I only want to say that if there be any Lord that you edify the most credible, the most great power of the supreme light energies, the word of the Lord, the angel of the word, and empower the archaeologists of these very findings. And I decree that any sword that is not as the sword in the left side, let that sword remain quiet as the Lord deemed to make all this known to us. We will also talk about the very power of the Lord and a living testimony of the content and the materials that makes this. Every wonderful creation of this or an art piece of this spirituality comes with a super commanding authority that gives healing. So healing is in every situation and all that it is in the beyond and outermost space and metaverse. Now, if you truly say you are a healer, the Lord will give you every perfect function and a result into what makes it a healing. Creator, indeed it is. Creation it is. And the creatus, it is that you may not know what language is this that they wrote all that happens. Let the spirit of the living testimony never fail, because here we'll be talking about the book of parable. And the book of parable is actually going to be one of the things, one of those things that we are doing. Let the enemy be keen to go out of his way, separate out of the unclean spirit, wherever and whenever it is. The Lord has always been there, is that when we are talking about anything good, then they will have to have something to, block it onto the side that is not living, whereas it's not the best. When I'm doing whatever I have to do, come out of it, move it out, and restore here. Because who I am, nobody has ever learned or studied or given himself or lifetime to the Lord of the Spirit to set that the things that are in the Holy Scriptures and kept, that they may be living testimony and souls unto the one living today. If you give thanks to anything as word without manifestation of the flesh and the soul, you have done it but nothing. We say that if you want to say there's a heavenly place somewhere, what do? You do things to keep it up until life comes in. So we're going to be talking about the book of parable. That when we say parable, it doesn't mean that it's a parable in the understanding that it may not live or it doesn't exist. Parable simply means it exists to be real with you, but we don't want you to know the exact thing that is real. Yet we are giving you everything that is happening. Parable also really means that it's happened maybe a few hours yesterday, or it's going to happen in the next few hours. But we don't just simply want to tell you that it will happen this day or it's happening right before you. That is why it is parable. That is it. So that we're going to see that the ruling. So the book of the parable, ruling in Enoch virginity, as is a vision. And in this vision, we're going to look at every excellence, whatever the Lord made and what it is and that which it comes with. May the Lord of Spirit take control and absolute control over the channel, as we are not in the hands of any wicked person. Since I'm the one who made it, I'm the one leading it. Let the Lord rule continuously, as I am not led by anybody supporting the channel other than my true self. Let a rebuke of uncleanness out of the channel. And I'll be right back after this break. Whoever doesn't want to see it happen is already live. Let the Lord rule. Take dominion over the channel. Every activity of the enemy, any manipulation spirit. I am the Sylvester Bequeen, the great one, on Sunday ruling. Whether you understand sexes or no sexes, from the book of the Bibles or whatever they claim, that is this and that say will actually create. Whatever it is that they say they would, that didn't actually mean to the end what they understand. Whatever begins the Holy Bible, whatever it is, wherever it begins, things doesn't really begin with us the way it is that begin in the Bible. But I'm telling you, things existed already before you were told that this began, that began, and all of that. Things have already existed before all those things. So what do? As it is in the end, shall be made known in the beginning. So if something is in the very Revelation, the book of Revelation, and you don't find it in the beginning where they claim it's maybe Genesis or whatever, or the generation of things like this, I'm telling you, those generations. So simply Genesis, whatever it is, that doesn't mean anything here. It's just to say generation, where something begins and something gonna end. And in the end, in the very revelation, it says that 6 is a man that have an identity of three score of 6 and 6. That is what they say will rule. So if there was nothing like that that began it, that means that is a kind of situation you're going to see in a different way. Because if the Bible, you claim that where you were given is the beginning and to where to end, they said that the beginning will determine how the end is, which the end is made known to you already. So if you are decided on one of these issues that you will not tell people how it will end, until the time comes before you say, that's what it is. That's what makes it even parable. But then the Lord will make you know it, how the war started, how the ruling started, how we make things happen. This is all known to the one who was given, no other person. Whoever goes out there to say he has been confronted to say the broadcast or to announce it or loud it, doesn't have it. This is not what the Lord said he is. He said he has given to them all that you know, minus every wickedness, unless it comes with understanding. This is what the Lord wants us to know. I'll be right back at the break. We are going to be talking about most of these visions and why we'll take it again.